What's going on? Haven't done this for a while. Very excited to do it now. I gotta get, yeah. What am I looking at? Well, I'm going to tell you the story. Well, it's Nick Bockwinkle versus the Junkyard Dog from May 14th, 1982, I believe in Houston, Texas. Why this match out of nowhere? Well, it's WrestleMania weekend. I'm watching a lot of wrestling, and I'm also hopping on Twitter a lot. And I saw this clip. For those that don't know, I have a TikTok, and one of the things I do, it's called hypnotic wrestling, where I'll just take the same move and it's done again and again and again, and I put it to sort of lullaby music. It's very strange. It's just a project I had in my head, so once in a while I put them out. But I've collected a ton of clips, and so I'm always on the lookout to see like a really cool clip. And I saw this clip of the Junkyard Dog in his prime. I mean, abs, looked great. This is not the Junkyard Dog that most people are familiar with from WWF, who was labeled derisively by insiders as the junk food dog because he'd gotten so fat and he was on coke, and it just wasn't great. But Junkyard Dog in his prime was amazing. This is definitely prime time before he got to the WWF Junkyard Dog. And he's wrestling Nick Bockwinkle, who I would declare as the most underrated wrestler ever. And that sounds crazy. It's like, but people hold him in high regard. And my contention is that Nick Bockwinkle should be considered one of the absolute greats. I'm talking top 10 all time. And my personal top 5. In any case, the clip was just Junkyard Dog hitting him with this elbow and Nick Bockwinkle selling the living crap out of it. And it looked amazing. And then so I clicked on the tweet. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Nick Bockwinkle, but because of the nature of the video running again and again and again, I didn't want to, it was his signature style, but I was still not 100%. So I clicked on it and I saw, it's like, oh, Nick Bockwinkle sold the hell out of that. And that elbow looks so great. It's like two guys that are like really working together really well. And then somebody goes like, well, here's the match if you want to watch it in its entirety. And I do indeed. I have not watched this match. Maybe I've seen it before way back in the day, but I don't think I have. I would have fucking remembered this, I'm sure. So let's just jump into this bad boy, man. Oh yeah, another one bites the dust. That's Junkyard Dog all the way. Sam Houston Coliseum, there we are. Oh yeah, and there's Bobby Heenan with Nick Bockwinkle. This is so cool, just so cool. Oh my goodness, look how production for 1980. This is 3 years before the first WrestleMania, and I think this presentation looks better than theirs did. Now this might have been done post, like in the last few years, but I don't think so. This looks great. Look at how hyped you can feel the hype crowd. Look at them all up on the apron, touching, waving, pictures to be. Oh, Junkyard! Look at Heenan bailing. Heenan had to find a spot where there were no fans. You saw that? That was pretty great. Okay, they cut out a lot of the hullabaloo. It's too bad. I kind of like hullabaloo, but look at Bockwinkle putting him over without even doing anything. Just like, dude, I'm intimidated by this guy. Pointing, obvious gesturing, right? Everybody can understand. Get that out of here. Get that freaking chain out of here. I love this, man. This is so good. Look at Junkyard Dog, fool. Look at that guy. He is jacked. Dude, this is good. I'm so excited for this. This match, it better.
World heavyweight title belt, the AWA
World title, when it was officially a world title designation. Heenan with California written on him. Just to remind you, he's a heel. Do not throw anything inside the Coliseum. They have to tell the fans not to throw shit at Nick Bockwinkle and Heenan.
People who don't know
Look at them putting him over, but then Bockwinkle's going to get down to. Bockwinkle looks great too. Look at that
can
matinee
cause an
idol hair of
injury, and
his.
we don't want anybody ever injured at a wrestling match. And we
Bing, and then they
don't
immediately
allow
come
the
together
throwing
to
of
get the crowd
anything
angrier.
against the
2 out of 3
law
falls. That's
against our
cool
judgment.
too. I think
So
that's
we start now with
smart.
the first
We can
fall of a 2 out
break
of
this
3
up a
fall
little bit.
match.
It's about 20
And
minutes
the
long. Really, by the time they're getting to wrestle
world
this, we're looking at
champion,
18 minutes. So
Nick
let's see what they
Bockwinkle
do.
getting a word from Bobby
Hopefully they
Heenan.
show the
Now, this
falls
is
in their
Heenan's first
entirety.
appearance
That's what I'm hoping.
as the manager of
Look at this.
Bockwinkle here in the city of Houston. But he has managed Bockwinkle for several years and kept him
Bockwinkle, just small physical things that tells you he's a little worried about dealing with Junkyard Dog, building up tension so the crowd wants to see somebody get knocked down, but not giving it to him right away. Taking your time a little bit.
Because the AWA covers a lot of territory and is a highly regarded wrestling organization.
This commentator, I can tell, is already going to drive me a little crazy, so for the most part, I'm going to ignore him.
Governed, or let's say ruled by the skill.
I mean, so now they've gone to this, we're going to talk to each other once the match has started thing twice.
A tremendous wrestler.
So what would you expect?
I know that from personal experience. And now
tie up, feeling each other out.
Junkyard Dog moves in, that power that he has, and believe me, he has a massive amount of power. As he gets
slap and he smacks him back.
That same flash
Boy,
of anger comes to him. And
look at just even the action of him throwing him into the ropes with that kind of velocity was exciting.
Bockwinkle is smart enough. He didn't get to be champion, nor has he stayed champion by being foolish when somebody was chasing him and wanting to rip his head off.
This commentator is horrible. And by Bockwinkle.
So Nick comes in, and the Junkyard
the crowd
Dog
is ready. You can see their body language of like, okay, we're sitting back, but we're ready to jump out of our seat. They're going to make him wait for it, though.
As Bockwinkle
really putting over that collar and elbow.
You see the power in the, look at those muscles on that Junkyard
He's selling
Dog
Junkyard Dog's frickin' collar and elbow.
In the shoulders.
Putting over how powerful he is. Oh my God, he's so strong.
Power, and Bockwinkle has to
eye rake. Referees definitely try to get in there and do his thing, but
move him back.
Look at the selling by Dog.
The Junkyard Dog is one thing, and denting him, making an impression.
But he can't knock him down. That's huge.
And as Bockwinkle hauls off and clobbers him, we've got the champion now.
He's choking him on the rope. Snaps him off. Oh my God, old school as it gets. I love it.
Junkyard Dog back.
A kick out is exciting.
Comes to
and instantly Dog is like furious.
He got under him that time. He was able to hurl him in the air.
They've definitely set the stage of who these two guys are. Keep in mind, Houston wasn't really an AWA territory, so they're having to sort of remind or tell these fans who Nick Bockwinkle is to an extent. They probably knew of them, but they weren't overly familiar with them. Junkyard Dog, all the turn your back to the referee, pop him in the throat thing.
Bockwinkle has prospered under Heenan's direction, but here against the Dog, he is.
They're throwing things. They can't help it.
Notice the struggle for arms.
They have to tell them not to throw anything again. They're getting them so mad. I mean, that's amazing.
That arm and applying a Japanese arm block and forcing
a Japanese arm block. That sounded exotic. And pulls the hair to get the headlock back. This is very traditional face heel stuff done impeccably well by Nick Bockwinkle, really.
And Bockwinkle with that big swing around uppercut.
Holding him down, making him wait, right?
Junkyard Dog, and now with a front headlock, takes him down to the deck and squeezes in there with his coverage of him. Bockwinkle on top, laying his body across him and keeping the pressure on him.
See how they had to do the camera switch there because one of them glitched out on him.
So could Junkyard Dog. but he is
definitely
moving.
holding the crowd down, making them wait. Can you believe this kind of patience in this day and age? It's unheard of, right?
The 5-minute mark has been reached, and Nick Bockwinkle puts the twist and the turn.
But Junkyard Dog was always kind of limited in the sense that he wasn't going to give you a huge long match. So this is, but again, listen to that roar of amazement of how strong Dog is, right? Definitely putting.
The ultimate gesture of derision.
Now he's gotten a Nick Bockwinkle. I smack him in the face. He dives at me. I hit him in the stomach. Right? I've gotten this guy to lose his cool.
Blaming the referee. And
now Dog's laying into it.
Now as the Dog moves in.
Oh, wow, they're going fast.
Hit into that turnbuckle. Dog. Body slam.
Look how perfect that body slam. Power slam, that's his big move. Oh my God. Talk about less is more.
This massive crowd here at the
boy, they got the crowd now, don't they? Now Dog's got 2 falls. All he has to do is get a pin in one of them, and he's the champ. I thought this was going to go the traditional route of Bockwinkle cheating, and getting the first fall, and then Dog having to come from behind. I like that they did it this way. It's kind of shown that if Dog gets a hold of Bockwinkle, that's his ass. They've clearly established that.
First fall of this match. And now we'll be back here in a moment.
And they're making a big deal about this 1-minute rest period between falls that Bockwinkle needs every second.
There's the bell, and Heenan is chased out of the ring. It's okay.
That power slam looked amazing. Now he's going to the headbutts. He's going to big stuff. He's trying to finish him off like a boxer would if they had somebody hurt. Bockwinkle's selling like a mother, man, making him look as fragile and beatable as possible.
The Dog using a bear hug. The Dog using those.
Nobody uses the bear hug anymore. I kind of love the bear hug. It's such a simple thing to understand, right? He's trying to hit him in the head and it didn't work. And his face, oh, it didn't work. And the crowd clearly getting it. Again, they're playing to the back of the room, man, in theatrical terms. It's so good.
And into the small of the back.
I'm so about this.
Works those knuckles up against the spine.
And look, they're turning slightly, so they're not just working towards the cam, they're being conscious of the crowd.
Looking longingly and reaching for that.
Why is the referee kicking his arm? I always hate that spot. But Bockwinkle, fine. If we're going to do this dumb shit, I'm going to play with it. I got to do it more than once. Now Heenan.
Kicked it loose. And Bobby Heenan just got clobbered.
The ref got his pop.
And Nick is absolutely no slouch when it comes to.
Now, but see, the crowd is now believing.
Now as Heenan.
Again, another reminder not to throw anything in. Oh, the bell clap to get him to let go, but then he holds it. He got a pop out of lifting him in a bear hug, folks. He got a rise out of the crowd out of picking him up in the bear hug.
Putting his feet on the ground.
That's a win.
And we could have a fall as Junkyard Dog.
And look at him pleading with the ref upside down. I've never seen this spot. Pleading with the referee while upside down. Dude, I love Bockwinkle. I love Bockwinkle. I love him.
From going down to the mat.
He's the best, baby. Look at this shit.
Reason why wrestlers need strong necks, and most certainly the reason why they have them.
Shut up, commentator. So this referee put himself over. That's so hysterical. And to do it in the second fall, I think, is brilliant. Because then it really makes Bockwinkle look like he's very vulnerable.
Recovered from the concentrated effect of the powerhouse slam that cost him the first.
Oh, but his back is hurt, so he can't get Dog up. Love it.
Close, just 2. That powerhouse slam, and then the concentration of the bear hug, and
headbutts to the back.
the dog again, and this time he dropped in there.
Look at that lady. She went like, oh, when he missed the falling headbutt. She's actually like,
and now he
no.
goes for the pile driver. And
Hits that pile driver, baby.
Dog is in trouble. There it is.
Because he missed the headbutt and hurt his head, so he took immediate advantage of it. I love this psychology. Instead of just wearing him down, and he hit him with a pile driver, which back then that was the end. That was a big move. So now it's Dog who is suddenly, quickly in peril.
He was stunned.
He'll probably stay down for the entire minute. He'll probably stay down for the entire minute. There was a thing I do love about the old school of selling moves like that to like they were just killers. It just helps your storytelling when things have a value to them like that. This is fucking brilliant. Someone needs to take this fucking pattern and do this 2 out of 3 falls match like this. I fucking love it. When guys are this over, you don't have to do that much. Yes, somebody threw something in the ring, so we're going to have to hear about that shit again.
Victory, and Bockwinkle knows.
Now Bockwinkle's all over him. He's putting the heat on him, as they say in the business. And see how Bockwinkle's covering? He's talking to him to remind him of the next spot. They're calling it out. They're feeling the crowd. Let's go for that pile driver.
But he can't get him up, and that body drop.
Dog fight manages to. They've created a great 3-act thing here that is so effective and so exciting. And they haven't done a ton, but what they've done has been very meaningful. Everything is now this trading of blows. How many times have we seen this spot in the modern era? This is fucking 40 years ago, and they're getting way more mileage out of it. Right?
He's had considerable boxing experience. He blocked that one beautifully, and he laid in there.
The commentator saying something actually valuable. Russian leg sweep. Mexican slam.
Both men.
You just called that a Mexican. Referee double counting them both. Crowds like it's freaking Rocky and Apollo. Look, get up, get up.
But Bockwinkle's foot is over the rope.
The one person who pointed out, no, his foot's on the rope, that wants a fair contest, even though Junkyard Dog had the advantage. I love it. They've got, people are invested, man. I love that. Boom! I knew they were doing this spot. This is a common double down, they call it in the business. And now we're going to, this is bridging our stanza to the final thing. Yeah, they're letting this is letting the audience know the double down served this purpose. We're gonna rise up the expectation and the tension, and then we're gonna pay it off. So just know that this is the end. It was a subtle thing, but it definitely worked. So I would expect the finish to come relatively soon. There's the hit. That's the hit that led me to this match in the first place. Look at that motherfucking elbow and cell. Look at this shit. Look at it. And listen to the crowd's reaction on the hit. Listen to the crowd. I'll stay quiet once they go into it, but listen to the crowd's reaction when he hits him.
Capacity crowd screaming for the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, a packed stadium simultaneously providing the sound effect of the hit. And they believed. That's a falsie. Off an elbow off the ropes. And they believed that they was going to get the pin. So well done. Look at the selling by both guys. Great stuff. Epic, epic.
Everything that affects Nick Bockwinkle up in that ring.
Oh, the referee's a lefty.
There he is. I'll tell you, you of course are not able to see his face. Here is the Junkyard Dog. He has an
abdominal stretch, and notice that Bockwinkle spread his legs out to give them a better base for support, but to also make for a better stage picture. He's opening his body up so you can see his face. He's very conscious of people are going. This picture might wind up in a wrestling magazine. The guys thought about that stuff all the time, framing their pictures. It's a very important theatrical thing. You gotta set that frame. Bockwinkle trying to dump him out of the ring. That's not working. Switches gears. Okay, I'm going to beat on this guy for a while. Tell him what's next. Tell him to fight back. I'll sell for him. Take your time, dog. He's giving you everything. Just relax. He's leading you. It's good. Oh, okay. Popping for that bomb. Popping for the. No, I'm fine. Oh, boom. Fucking ridiculous. I mean, tell me that isn't as good as the Flair flop. I think it's better, honest. I love Ric Flair. He's my favorite of all time, but come on. This move, this bump right here, no, oh, fucking ridiculous. And let's see if it works as a false pin. I do like this guest referee. He's a performer. Uh-oh. Shenanigans. Shenanigans about to happen. Tosses him in.
Losing it. The challenge.
Come on, dog.
Dog. The headbutt.
Be up for the energy of this part of the performance.
There's one. There's two.
And now Bockwinkle's not kicking out with authority. We're getting the physical cues that he's tired, that he's wearing down. The dog has a chance to beat him. Very subtle, very smart. Headbutt, and he's holding on to him. He's just going to crush him at this point. Bockwinkle's got nothing left, right? We understand that. And Heenan's, oh, that was cool to get Heenan's reaction to one of the headbutts instead of showing it again. Not something I would advise people to do a lot, but it was effective there. Get out. Heenan gesturing big. Get out of the ring. Oh, is our finish going to involve?
Looking for the
power slam. Crowd going nuts because
Junkyard Dog, and we could have it. There's one. There's two. And Nick only counted one. Nick counted one. I think
so. The finish. Holy shit! This finish. Holy shit! This finish. So I'm going to rewind it. So the finish is Heenan sees that the referee's not there yet, but he will be soon. So he comes in and slaps the mat. The referee counts one. But Junkyard Dog has heard two, because Heenan has slapped the mat, the referee slaps the mat, and then Heenan slaps the mat for the third time. Because what he wants is for Junkyard Dog to get off of Nick Bockwinkle so the count stops. He has tricked Junkyard Dog into thinking he has gotten a 3 count. And then he knows he will be confused because he certainly didn't think that Heenan would count the other 2. Now, I think Junkyard Dog messed up this finish, but let's see. Let's see.
Looking for the
power slam, which we've already seen can beat Nick Bockwinkle.
Junkyard Dog.
One, 3. Junkyard Dog was supposed to kick out there. You see that? Junkyard Dog was supposed to kick out after the third hit of the mat, but he didn't do it, but the referee didn't count that second hit. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Junkyard Dog is supposed to kick out, and the referee's reminding him, you're supposed to fucking kick out, dumb shit.
Nick only counted 1. Nick counted 1. I think Heenan counted on the other side. I think Heenan slammed the canvas on the other side.
Yes, Heenan did slam the canvas. And now Heenan's looking at the crowd like, hey, keep it down so that way they'll make more noise.
Is telling the dog that
now Bockwinkle's telling the ref to finish. If only Heenan hadn't gotten hit earlier, that this doesn't matter quite as much, but whatever.
The dog drags him into the ring. Heenan did not come into the ring willingly, and
so now Heenan.
And there has been a disqualification.
Debates on who the greatest manager of all time can rage on. Heenan is the best bumping manager of all time. Can we just agree on that? Look at this fucking. They're stealing the win from Junkyard Dog, or the ability to win the world title. Nick Bockwinkle gets disqualified. The title can't change hands on a disqualification. But Heenan and Bockwinkle are no doubt going to pay off and make Junkyard Dog look as good as possible while running out of there with their title. So that part of that is Heenan bumping for the Junkyard Dog bigger than he did for the hit off of the referee.
And
fucking Jesus, that's a bump. And Bockwinkle is going to fucking get laid out just to show Junkyard Dog. Look, Bockwinkle's literally, come on, hit me, motherfucker. The crowd is happy, even though he's not going to win the title.
Junkyard Dog has won the match.
You should have fucking power slammed him, dumb shit. That's your move.
He has not won the world's heavyweight title.
Still world champion Nick Bockwinkle.
He has won on a disqualification.
Junkyard Dog is the winner on disqualification.
They make sure the crowd understands.
Hands on disqualification. Nick Bockwinkle still the champion.
I was wondering how they're going to get out of it.
Makes
sense to me.
For coming into the ring, when he did not come into the ring, he was
Junkyard Dog appropriately upset.
By the dog.
I counted two, dog. I only counted two.
But the 3 count was done by Heenan.
At least that makes sense. 1, 2, 3. Referee kind of counts that second hit, but then Junkyard Dog kind of gets up. The timing was a little wonky, but I think at the end of the day, it obviously worked. Boy, what a delight. I fucking love Nick Bockwinkle and fucking prime Junkyard Dog. If you don't know about the Junkyard Dog, I suggest finding, I'm sure you can find it online, Dave Meltzer's obituary tribute to the Junkyard Dog really gives you a sense of what a big, huge star he was, particularly in the South. In any case, let me go ahead and get this thing up. What a delight. I love it.